You're welcome back. Here's Samson's take. And to demonstrations and the OSP, it looks like that's what we are seeking. At least some people in the Republic are seeking. End to demonstrations and the OSP. So from the very moment the police announced they had filed an application seeking to prohibit the demonstration, that is the Occupy Jilobi House, I was vexed into writing to criticize the conduct and granted some interviews, media interviews, to advocate and educate those who cared to listen. I wrote 3 articles stressing 3 very important points: the bad faith and abuse of discretion by the police. When people bring you a notice for demonstration, by the old law, people needed a permit. There's a reason we changed it. After the NPP was unhappy about certain development and sued the IGP, and the Supreme Court gave a judgment in 1993, and then in 1994, we decided we must effect some changes to the law. So we remove seeking permission to just giving a notice. Because by Article 21, that right to demonstrate is a fundamental human right. It's one's inalienable right, birthright. It's not given by the state, not given by a government, not given by a president or an MP. That's why in the Constitution, it is only guaranteed and not provided. Now, if people serve you the notice, police, almost a month before the demonstration, it is such bad faith and it looks so bad on you that you wait a day before the demonstration to go to a court seeking to prohibit them. The Constitution fetters how you exercise discretion. It must be candid, it must be care, it must be without caprice, it should be without resentment. And you don't do what you did. It was so bad. Don't treat the citizens this way anymore. If they serve you a notice and you disagree, and the notice is served in good time enough, arranged in good time enough, this thing about waiting until a day before the demonstration to go to the court is very, very bad faith, and it looks so terrible on you. So I was excited to see Occupy Ghana issue a statement, condemn the police's conduct, to see the UTAG Legon issue a statement condemning the police's conduct as well. And I was even excited when SHRAJ, the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, also issued a statement condemning the police and directing them as to the right thing to do, not to stifle people's expression of their rights. Now, these protests are necessary to remind public office holders and institutions about their duties and obligations to their citizens, from whom ultimate power spring, and in whose name and for whose welfare executive power is to be exercised. These are constitutionally sanctioned means to remind, for example, an intransigent electoral commission that will not listen to anybody, that its job is to facilitate and not to frustrate the right to register and to vote. In our present predicament, these demonstrations are necessary to tell the Elizabeth Ohenes and Ken Koranches to act rationally and in keeping with their views while in opposition on the need for a ruthless fight against corruption. Check the lame excuse Miss Ohene makes for Cecilia Dapa, whom she calls her friend, as she joins the NPP to attack the Office of Special Prosecutor for simply doing their work. And Ken takes the choreographed attack further by shamelessly filing a suit in the Supreme Court asking for the court to collapse the OSP. Why are you uncomfortable with what you champion to win votes from Ghanaians who desperately wanted effective prosecution of people that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo called thieves who bled us dry through corruption, and which he was going to stop? Occupy Ghana examined the Auditor General's report 2016 to 2020, only 5 years period, and discovered that more than twice what we are seeking from IMF, more than twice, is what has been stolen from us as found by the Auditor General for 5 years. And remember, if you forget, that this country is unable to account for $3 billion a year through corruption. We need only $3 billion to keep this economy alive. If you can't see the corruption around you and your friends, I ask you to open your eyes wide, rather than blindly supporting them and whipping party people to attack institutions that are simply doing their job. Your friends who were around you just yesterday, who had nothing to their name, who today are swimming in wealth, ask them, where did they get the money from? Those of you we knew whose businesses didn't amount to much, and now your business is the go-to for almost everything that concerns the state. Examine your heart and stop fighting the corruption fighter. That is my take. We'll take a quick break, return to look at 3 very important issues that we are canvassing for you today. We'll be right back.